Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. Today is Sunday, and I went to the flea market to do a little CD vinyl hunting. It was pretty much a bust through the whole thing, but it only takes one good vendor. And towards the end of it, I went to a vendor. He didn't even really have a lot of CDs or vinyl at all. But he had one bin of CDs, and I'm like, I'll take a quick look thinking it's going to be common and junk. And it wasn't. It was all unusual, deep CDs and a lot of bootlegs. And the guy said to me there would be $1 a piece. He doesn't care if they're singles, doubles, triples, or box sets. And he had box sets. So I bought 11 CDs. He charged me $10. Let's see what I got. A lot of bootlegs and a lot of really cool CDs. Less than $1 a piece. The first one is going to be this one. Paul McCartney Greatest Hits Volume 1. Now, this may look familiar, because I recently did a video where I found, also for $1 at a different place, this Ringo Starr Greatest Hits, these Russian bootleg type stuff that are loaded with tons of tracks. And I found that Ringo one not that long ago, which is really cool with 1 million songs. And then I saw this McCartney one today, and I'm like, this is right up my alley. Because when you're a fan of a band, you really don't need to hear those big hits over and over again. Check out the playlist of these two CDs. And this is just Volume 1 from McCartney. I actually listened to the first disc today, and it was awesome. Because what you get is a mixture of some big hits, obviously, but not a huge amount. Look at that first disc. It's all deep tracks. You got like Bip Bop from Wildlife, Band on the Run, Okay, Another Day, Still Sounds Great, Mrs. Vanderbilt, Monkberry Moon Delight, Deliver Your Children, a great track from, I love London Town. That's one of my favorites. Wino Junko from At the Speed of Sound. That was Jimmy McCulloch's song. San Ferry Ann. That's from At the Speed of Sound, right? Famous Groupies is from London Town. Some stuff from Ram. Tomorrow. A bunch of stuff from Wildlife. It's a great mixture of deep tracks, and it just flows really, really well. So McCartney's previous hits, like All the Best. Not that these aren't great. They're obviously great classic songs. I thought Wingspan, this is like a deluxe edition, was a phenomenal collection. He did a really great job, I thought, of that one. But again, you want to go deep, that's the ones that I would listen to. And even though this is a Russian bootleg, man, this is just awesome. So that was a great find. And again, all of these, I don't want to keep repeating myself, less than $1, even if they were doubles. I found this one there, talking about Beatles. This is a Russian bootleg too, I believe. George Harrison, Songs for Patty, The Lost Tapes. This is like a thin vinyl reproduction, and it's probably hard to see because it's red on red, but maybe you could see if I go like that. Really cool track listing. I've not heard this yet. A lot of early stuff from All Things Must Pass. But you open it up, and it's got a really nice inner sleeve, which looks like that. And maybe you can see the track listing a little bit better. But this should be really, really cool. Really nice looking bootleg. And of course, these bootlegs really look like the real deal. These are really nicely done. So that was a really cool find. George Harrison, The Lost Tapes, Songs for Patty. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out. Here's a classic bootleg from Eric Clapton. Now, this was a radio broadcast back in the day. This one's called No More Demons, Santa Monica, California, February 12th, 1978. I actually recorded, this was broadcast on radio a couple times, and I had it on 8-track, but not the whole show. And I think it was on the King Biscuit Flower Hour. In fact, I know it was. That's where I recorded it, but it wasn't the whole show. And this was from a great tour, because this was the Slow Hand tour. This is on Cellar Dweller, a great, great bootleg label. And it's 2 CDs. And it's a little busted up, this case. But this, you get the full show. And you even get bonus tracks. So this is the full show right there. He had a great band. He was red hot with Slow Hand. It was a big hit. And then they throw in some bonus tracks from 76 as well. This is great. Now, I already have some of this. I had it on 8-track when I recorded. This was the actual King Biscuit show. And this was a bootleg from the King Biscuit show. This is what I originally had. So it wasn't the whole show. And then I later on got this bootleg called Bottom Dollar Clapton. And this was the whole show as well. Sorry for my dog barking. Dog's barking. My son's dog is here. But now on this is totally an upgrade. And the fact that it was less than $1 and you get the whole show plus bonuses from 76, this is a great find. And that really is Clapton. He was in great form at that time. That's a great one. All right, the Rolling Stones got a bootleg that I never had. And this is called the Altamont, the Killer Festival, Altamont 1969. And this is the Altamont show. I am assuming this is a pretty poor sounding audience recording, but I have not heard it yet. I had heard bits and pieces over the years because the Stones actually played Brown Sugar at Altamont 2 years before it was released. So I remember hearing a rough recording of it. So I'm kind of curious to hear how this is. There's Under My Thumb 2. That is actually the song where, unfortunately, Meredith Hunter was murdered in the middle of that song. There is the CD. So these are all what they call silvers. These are professionally made bootlegs, not like CDRs. So that was really cool. As is this one, Graham Nash. This is a bootleg called Paradise Boston 2002. I got to look. I saw him play with Joan Armatrading. It was fantastic. He's got a killer band, so it's not just him. This has got Russ Kunkel on drums, Jeff Pavar on guitar, Larry Klein on bass, James Raymond on keyboards. Great set list of Graham Nash, and I am totally look at that set list. This is beautiful. And I remember when I saw him live, he actually opened for Joan Armatrading when I saw him, and he was fantastic. So looking forward to checking out that Graham Nash show. I got this one. This is an authorized bootleg. So this is Leonard Skinnard, authorized bootleg, and this is live at Winterland, San Francisco, March 7th, 1976. And it's a single CD with liner notes. And this is, of course, the original classic version of Leonard Skinnard. Great looking set list, and I'm totally excited checking this one out. That's a good find. I think you'll agree, I hope. And those are all bootlegs. I got 11 CDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bootlegs and 1 authorized bootleg there. What else did I get? Well, I am a fan of Southern rock, and I'm a fan of Marshall Tucker Band. And Marshall Tucker Band has done a wonderful job of releasing their archives. And just to show you as an instance, these are some of the ones that I've bought over the years. Carolina Dreams Tour 1977, which was a 2 CD and DVD. And then I got Live on Long Island, April 18th, 1980. Live in the UK in 1976. Marshall Tucker Band is a great Southern rock band. Way Out West, live from San Francisco, 1973. That was a great one. They're all really good. Here's Nassau Coliseum, where I live. And this was a radio broadcast in 1976. And then this is the best of them that I have got so far. Stomping Room Only. This is killer. Live 1974 to 76. If you want to get one live Tucker album, this is the one, in my opinion. That one is fantastic. But I found another one today, and I think it might be the only one I was missing, which is live in Englishtown, New Jersey, September 3rd, 1977. And there it is. That was the famous concert that the Grateful Dead played at Englishtown, a raceway in New Jersey. I actually have that official release from the Dead. New Riders of the Purple Sage also played. So here is the Marshall Tucker Band set. And this is an official release from Marshall Tucker that they've been releasing. So that's a great find. And speaking of Southern rock, I don't think I ever saw this one before. This is Leonard Skinned, one called Collectibles. And this is a busted up case, but this is a 2 CD set of the original classic Leonard Skinnard Band. And this is just rare tracks and live stuff. I got to replace this case. But that's the set list right there. And you get Shade Tree recordings and really early recordings, as you can see. Second Helping outtakes right there. Live on the radio in 1973, I think that looks like. And live at the Fox Theater in 76. Street Survivors Outtakes, Live at the Fox Theater, and Street Survivor Outtakes, Live at the Fox. This is a really, really cool collection with great tracks on there. And again, this double CD, not easy to find. Never seen that before. And that was only $1. What else did I find? This is a couple more. Pink Floyd. And this one, which is called The Best of Pink Floyd, A Foot in the Door. They have reissued and remastered their albums countless times, as you know. But they do sound amazing. And this is, when they do that, they release a compilation. This one I never bought because Pink Floyd to me is they're like the ultimate album band. What's this one? You may have gotten this one back in the day called Echoes. This was a 2 CD compilation. I can't tell you, I never listened to this. It's very jarring listening to Pink Floyd as a compilation. Their albums are meant to be listened to as albums. They just don't flow. They're jarring because you know the album so well. But for less than $1, it's worth it to get this. Here's the booklet. And this is another version of the Best of Pink Floyd. Of course, it's a really good set list. All of these CDs are mint, like never played. There's the set list on there. It's even got High Hopes, so it's a mixture. It's even got some latter-day Floyd, which is cool to see. I love High Hopes. And what the hell, for less than $1, definitely worth having. I hope you'll agree. Why not? Okay, 2 more I got. This one might surprise you. I'm a fan of Beth Hart, but I've never gotten into Joe Bonamassa. And not because I don't think he's not great at what he does. He's just got so many albums. It's just a rabbit hole I didn't want to get into. But I am a fan of Beth Hart. So this is a cool one, live in Amsterdam, Beth Hart and Joe Bonamassa. And this is a 2 CD set, and I don't have to replace this case. And there's the set list. And so I'm definitely having a feeling that this is going to get me into a rabbit hole of Joe Bonamassa because he's got so much stuff. But again, I am definitely a big fan of Beth Hart, and her playing with Joe Bonamassa, this has got to be outstanding. And the fact that this double CD was, as you know, repeat after me, it was less than $1. That's worth having. One more I'm going to show you, and as a Rolling Stones fan, you're like, how many Stones albums do you need, right? Well, you know they did Grr, one of their worst album covers. This is this mega box that weighs 47 pounds. I forgot how many discs are in here. This thing is huge. It's so huge that I never listened to it. I don't know. It's got like 6 discs, vinyl, CDs. I don't know. It's just too big and too damn heavy. And it just sits in my archives because it's cumbersome. And then I got this box set of Grr. This was the 3-disc version. Now, this was also a box set with doodads in it, art prints and things like that. It's actually a really excellent compilation of Stones. I never really listened to the Stones compilations, but this is a really good one. It's got some deeper cuts and really covers their whole career up to that point. That was Grr. But I found today, sealed, brand new, hype sticker on it and everything, the 2 CD version. So repeat after me, how many versions of Grr do you need? 3 discs, 5, 6, whatever the hell's in that huge one. Well, here's the 2 CDs. This is probably the one that I would listen to if I ever wanted to listen to it. I don't really see much of a need for it except for just completion purposes. It does have some really cool tracks right there. Doom and Gloom and One More Shot with the new tracks at that time. Don't Stop, which I didn't really care for, is on there. Starts off with Come On. That's a great pick. So there you go, Rolling Stones Grr. 2 CD version. What the hell. Not bad. 11 of these CDs, bootlegs, deep ones. This is the only common. And honestly, you don't see the 2 CD version of Grr all that much either. So I think this is a pretty damn good find. And I hope you agree. Let me know what you think. It is a fun day when you go to the flea market and you get 11 discs, bootlegs, and deeper ones for $10. Good finds. I hope you had a good weekend. Love your opinions, and let me know if you did some hunting yourself, because I know a lot of you do. And I I know a lot of overseas people, they're going to the charity shops, they're getting better deals than me. Three for a pound or something like that, I think I heard. So it's fun times. It's a good hobby, just getting out there. You never know. I actually kind of go out there hoping I'm not going to find anything because I can't get through my backlog, but what the hell, it's a good hobby. Anyway, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. I got playlists, and this is the Haul playlist. I will be doing more of the videos of my first blank albums, how I got into bands. I think I'm going to do one the next day or two. I got a request to do U2, and that's a really good story. It's going to surprise you. So I think how I got into U2 will be my next video. All right, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. I think I said that already. I'll see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.